International, and we are really happy to arrange this program. I would like to thank all of participants in the world, about 10 countries who participate in this our event. We know that there are 10 countries participant, young leader in the world are participant in this event. Firstly, I would like to thank our President Ali Gedrikagulu as the President Cojep International. Then I would like to thank our Honorable Professor Bizal Jabari, Dean FMS Faculty of Management Studies, Parul University, India. Third, I would like to thank Tashrif Chaudhary, Coordinator Asia, Cojep International. I would like to thank Jabiullah Shirjat, author and journalist, Afghanistan. Then Milani Joy Fidanlil, Executive Director, Philippines. Mr. A. Asif Khan, LGG Consultant, Economic Relation Division, Ministry of Finance. Then I would like to thank Hire Shoigen Karwishwash, co-founder and CEO, Verify Network from Sri Lanka. Then I would like to thank my friend Faldin Bin, lecturer, Diane Nuswantoro University, Indonesia. And then I would like to thank Jakaria bin Muhammad Jain, Assistant Professor, International Islamic University, Malaysia. And finally, I would like to thank Mohammad Zubair Madani, Project Manager, Youth Hub Pakistan, from Pakistan. There are 10 young leaders are participant in our event, and there are leaders in their country. And we have chief professor, one of Honorable Professor Bijal Jabari from India. Then second, Assistant Professor Jakaria, Malaysia. And third, Mr. Faldin Bin from Indonesia. You know that this the program is the future of Asian youth, the actions of Asian civil societies. This is our topics. And first, I would like to request to deliver his speech Mr. Tashrif H. Chaudhary, Coordinator Asia, Cojep International. For welcome his speech, Tashrif H. Chaudhary.
Okay, thank you, Polish. Does everyone hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to each and every one of you here for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you from Cojep International. Cojep International is a non-governmental organization. Our headquarters is located in Strasbourg, France. Cojep International not only works in Europe, but we also works in Asia, Malaysia, Africa, America, Middle East, and Balkan region. We works with human rights, democracy, fighting against racism, racial dialogue, leading together to the citizenship, and other kinds of area which are interesting to the society. Cojep International is a member of United Nations Economic and Social Council. Besides the participatory status of the European Parliament, it's accepted an operational relations with UNESCO, as well as the member of the Conference of INGO of the Council of Europe. So we all hear from different Asian countries, and we all know that Asia is the most youthful region in the world, with over 1.1 billion people ages fewer than 30. We have plenty of options to work with Asian youth to support in education, in soft skills developments, and youth empowerments. Too often, youth are left to the process that shape their future. Participation is a part of the process of empowerment of young people. However, societies often do not view young people as crucial contributors to policy formulation, evaluation, and implementations. Young people want to and already contributed to the resilience of the communities, proposing innovative solutions, driving social progress, and inspiring political changes. They are also agent of changes, mobilizing of advanced and sustainable development goals to improve the lives of people and the health of the planet. Provided with the necessary skills and opportunity needed to reach their potential, young people can be driving force, supporting development and contributing in peace and security. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us make this event come together to become success. Thank you once again and welcome to this event. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable President, Mr. Ali Gedegeglu, Honorable President of Cojep International, to give his welcome speech, introductory speech to us. And I would like to also I would request Ms. Sati Ari, Coordinator International Relations of Cojep International, to translate our President's speech to English. Thank you so much. So, Mr. President, could you please?
Teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for this introduction speech.
Adil bir dünya için bir şey yap kampanyası Asya Yılı etkinlikleri çerçevesinde gerçekleştirdiğimiz bu video konferansta Asyalı gençlik temsilcileri olarak hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum.
As an Asian youth, I greet you all at this video conference, which we held within the framework of our event for a more just world, the Year of Asia campaign.
Adil olmayan bir dünyada yaşıyoruz. Eğitim, sağlık, güvenlik, özgürlük ve refah gibi temel değerlere eşit ve adil bir paylaşım olmadığı bir dünyada yaşıyoruz. Bu değerlere en iyi erişimin olduğu iddia edilen Avrupa ve Amerika'da adaletsizliğin kol gezdiği banliyöler ve o banliyölerde yaşayan göçmenler hayat sürüyor.
We live in an unjust world where there is no equal and fair sharing of universal values such as education, health, safety, freedom, and welfare. In Europe and America, where these values are claimed to have the best access, injustice prevails in the suburbs where immigrants live.
Cojep, dünya halkları ile birlikte bu adaletsizliklere dikkat çekmek ve birlikte program, birlikte gelecek vizyonları oluşturarak adaletsizliklere karşı bir nebze olsun bir duruş gerçekleştirmeye çalışmaktadır.
Cojep tries to draw attention to this injustice with the people of the world and to develop a position against injustice by creating a mind, a program and vision of the future together.
Adaletsizlikler sadece özgürlük, güvenlik, sağlık, eğitim ve refah alanlarında yaşanmıyor. Asıl büyük haksızlık Asya'da kurulan medeniyetlerin insanlığın gelişimine olan katkıları gölgelenerek, silinerek Asya medeniyetlerine haksızlık edilmiştir ve edilmeye devam etmektedir.
Injustice is not only experienced in the areas of freedom, security, health, education, and welfare. The real injustice has been created by erasing the contribution of the civilization established in Asia to the development of humanity, and Asia have been wronged and continue to be.
Asya, 10 yıllardır Asya yok sayılarak bir dünya algısı oluşturulmaya çalışılmıştır. Türkler, güneş doğudan yükselir derler. Asya, insanlığın doğduğu yerdir ve güneş sürekli doğudan yükselir. Asya'nın 21. yüzyılda yeniden dünya sahnesine çıktığı bu dönemde Asyalı gençlere çok büyük roller düştüğünü düşünmekteyiz.
For decades, a perception of the world has been tried to be created by ignoring Asia. Turk says that the sun rises from the east. Asia is where humanity is born, and the sun constantly rises from the east. In this period, when Asia is on the world stage again in the 21st century, Asian youth have many roles.
Çünkü Asya ile birlikte dünya yeniden kuruluyor ve bu yeni kurulan dünyanın daha adil olması için çalışmalıyız. Yeni dünyanın merkezine önce ve her zaman adaleti koymalıyız. Adaleti merkeze almayan, herkes için adalet vaat etmeyen hiçbir dünya düzeni sürekli olamaz.
Because with Asia, the world is being reconstructed, we must work to make this newly established world more just. We must put justice at the center of the new world first and always. No world order that promises justice for everyone, but a world where justice can be permanent.
Gençler olarak, sivil toplum kuruluşları olarak herkes için adalet, herkes için hürriyet temelinde işbirliklerimizi, ortaklıklarımızı arttırmalıyız. İşbirliğimiz bu video konferanslarla kalmamalı. Cojep'le birlikte başlattığımız bu süreci kalıcı ve sürdürülebilir hale getirmeliyiz. Asya Koordinatörümüz Sayın Taşrif Bey kardeşimiz ve ekibiyle birlikte sürekli irtibat halinde kalarak bu işbirliği sürecini ilerletmeliyiz.
As no governmental organization, as youth, we should increase our partnership on the basis of freedom for all. Our cooperation should not be left with these video conferences. Let's make this process that we started with Cojep permanent and sustainable. Please keep contact with our coordinator of Asia, Mr. Tashrif, and his team.
Burada bulunan ve farklı ülkelerden gençler olarak her ay yayınlanan Cojep Diplomatik'te yazabilirsiniz. Yani bundan sonraki süreçte canlı bir şekilde işbirliğimizi sürdürebiliriz.
Our young friends from different countries can also write on Cojep Diplomatic newsletter, which is published every month. We can have an actively relationship.
Bu yıl Dakka'da gerçekleştirilecek 1. Sivil Dayanışma Forumu'na mutlaka katılın. Bizim temsilcimiz olun. Bu foruma daha fazla sivil toplum kuruluşunun katılmasına destek verin. Gelecek yıllarda yapılacak sivil dayanışma forumlarının Endonezya, Hindistan, Filipinler, Pakistan, Afganistan, Malezya ve Sri Lanka'da yapılması için inisiyatif alın.
Be sure to participate in the first Civil Solidarity Forum to be held in Dhaka this year. Be our representative and support the participation of more non-governmental organizations in this forum. Take the initiative to make the Civil Solidarity Forum in the coming years India, Philippines, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, or Sri Lanka. Join us to develop together new projects at UNESCO Paris and United Nations Geneva.
Adil bir dünya için adalete dayanan güçlü bir Cojep International Network'u tüm halklar için bir şanstır. Gelin bu şansı birlikte çalışarak güçlendirelim.
A strong Cojep network based on justice for a just world is a change for all peoples. And for this, let's work together. Thank you so much.
Sözlerimi bu birlikte sürdürülebilir, kalıcı ilişkiler temennisiyle bitiriyorum. Bitirirken de bu video konferansa katıldığınız için ayrı ayrı hepinize teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you so much for your participation in this video conference, and we hope to have together a sustainable and permanent relationship together.
Bizi sizlerle buluşturan Asya Koordinatörümüz Sayın Taşrif ve diğer arkadaşlarımıza da ayrı ayrı teşekkür ediyorum. Başarılar diliyorum.
And thank you so much for our coordinator of Asia, Mr. Tashrif, and his team to organize this event today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shati, for translate, and thank you, our Honorable President, Mr. Ali Gedegoglu, with his leadership. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request to deliver her speech, our Honorable Professor Dr. Bijal Jaberi from Dean from Parul University, India. She is the great teacher in Parul University. You know, Parul University is the international university in Gujarat. Narendra Modi ji birthday place, and Parul also doing best in the India. So I would like to request Professor Dr. Bijal Jaberi deliver her speech. Please, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Humayun. Is it audible right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So special thanks to Cojep International for organizing such a wonderful event. from diverse countries and giving opportunity to share views on the Asian youth education and how we can make some significant changes in entire world. Now, I would like to share a special thankful to President of Cojep International, Project Coordinator of Cojep International, Mr. Humayu, and along with him, entire team who has arranged such a wonderful event on this global platform and in this digital, though it's a pandemic situation, but we are connected with each other on this digital platform. My views that I would like to share in the areas of Asian youth, technology, skill, and future of work. I think this is most important thing to understand concern, priority, and some viewpoints for the policy makers so that they can design a certain changes. Now, first of all, the most important point is that upgrade skill constantly through growth mindset. It means that how we can enhance human capital investment by providing some growth to the humans, not only on the basis of just only providing basic education, but apart from education, how it would be survival, how it would be sustainable for the long term. The second point, that is ensure high quality workforce. Now, Asian youth that determines that there are lots of points are available where we can make a certain challenges. Young population, they are having a tremendous they are having a tremendous caliber, but at the same time period, the way platform that is provided, that matters a lot for them. Here, education, it doesn't mean that we provide just for the passing the exam, but how we develop a value system, how we provide the upward attitude so they can make a longer survival with the help of within the society and outside the society. Now, that cannot be possible with only classroom teaching. That can be possible with the help of outside classroom teaching. And that can be possible with the help of communities, societies, and organization. So more emphasis should be given towards the certain practical dimensions of a learning instead of theoretical dimension. The second point that I would like to share about that, understanding how views and priorities of the youngsters, they give more emphasis to the internship based learning compared to the training school. Internship learning provide more practical valuable understanding approach to the making society in a more organized way. Apart from that, traditional SMEs are less favorable compared to the, we can say, that technical sector. Here, skill development that matters a lot. That skill development not only on the basis of hard skill, but most emphasis are required to give for the soft skill. And that soft skill, that is how you understand the emotional quotient, emotional intelligence in the organization. Apart from that, resilience, that is the most important dimension to understand the, to make stretch you, to make us survival for the long term. So these are the soft skill. More emphasis should be given towards the soft skill dimension compared to the hard skill. Hard skill nowadays, Asian youth, they don't give that much emphasis on the STEM education, that is a science, engineering, technology, and maths. That is a basic necessity. But they give more emphasis for the soft skill learning based on emotional quotient, emotional intelligence dimension. Then Asian youth place higher values on the this resilience and adaptability approach. More emphasis are required, that is analytical and critical thinking solution. The reason behind that, sustainable solution, if we want to provide to the world, if we want to provide innovative solution cannot be possible without the critical thinking. And that critical thinking, critical design thinking approach is required to adopt for this Asian youth. One more dimension that I would like to explain, to involve communities more strongly in local planning for development. So regarding Asian youth, 2-3 dimensions that just I would like to share, that Asian youth, which requires strong commitment towards lifelong learning instead of just getting the education. So that makes a major changes for the entire world, not for individual, but for the entire organization. The second point, Asian youth want more on a job training that requires more practical dimension. Asian youth aspire to be entrepreneur that is based on their own innovative skill compared to the traditional skills methods. And whatever the challenges they are facing, they're ready to accept that challenges. They are ready to accept this digital challenges to survive for a long term. The one more dimension that I would like to share, that Asian youth believes that they are more competent in a soft skill compared to the hard skill. So overview, just I would like to conclude my overview about the Asian youth and technical skill, that it should be not only emphasis should be given towards only the core part, but along with that we should give more emphasis towards the understanding of that soft skill, emotional intelligence, resilience, adaptability. All this dimension make not only the strong individual, but that makes a strong world across the globe. So thank you so much for providing this opportunity to sharing my views on this Asian youth technical skill and education. Thank you, Humayun.
Mr. Humayun, please mute. Please unmute your.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Bijal Jabari. She also mentioned it. For Asian people or Asian youth need to develop soft skill, emotional intelligence, hard skill, analytical thinking, life for learning, sustainable learning, on all of necessary thinking to develop Asian youth or Asian people development. So thank you. Now I would like to request our another friend from Afghanistan, Jabiullah Irjad. He is also author and journalist in Afghanistan, and he also young leader in Afghanistan. Now I would like to request our friend Jabiullah Sirjat from Afghanistan deliver his speech. Jabiullah.
Am I audible for everyone?
Yes, okay.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. I hope you all will be doing great. It's my pleasure being here with you guys and share my opinions towards Asian youths and especially Afghan youths. As Afghan young, I will say, oh, it's a really difficult situation for our students in our young generation in Afghanistan, and market of working it is really difficult. As ma'am mentioned,
Jabiullah, are you here?
I think he got from some technical problem.
No, just he just tell me that there's a poor network in his country, and electricity problem. For this reason, he is not with us, and just waiting. We'll wait only 1 minute, then we'll back. Hello, Jabiullah, are you here?
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. As a young person of Afghanistan, I want to talk about young generation future and current situation of young generation or youth of Afghanistan. Unfortunately, we are in a very bad situation and we are not that much hopeful for our future with current situation like others are. Because we are in war and uh, this war gave us in some difficult situation like mental problem in some others, and also because of this war we are not that much, we don't have that much quality education system because our teachers or lecturers are also in a very am I audible sir now?
Okay.
Yeah. So we are in a very bad situation. I don't know what's the problem, why my net connection is so weak today. But in war, what's the problem of war for us, for youth of Afghanistan? Firstly, we need to support our family as a financial leader. Why? Because we lose a lot of our family members, especially those members who are stakeholders for our family, and they support us financially, but this was taken them from us. So there are a lot of youths should support their family financially, so they are not able to even think about their future. They are just living in current in death, need to focus on what they should bring to whom for their brother, sister, or their children's dinner. So in this kind of situation, taking them their mental and give them mental problems as well, and financial problems as well. And this is what we have faced with from almost 40 years. And this war, because of this war, uh, radicalized group trying to take our youths and uh, collect them with their self and use them for their purposes. So this kind of situation gave us a really bad future will give us. And the other thing which is really difficult for us and really destructive, that is we don't have access to quality education. What it means uh, Afghanistan young population is about 66.3%, but from them, only 24% are educated. Only 24%. And the other rest, just 76% are non-educated or they have not access to higher education. Why? Because of lack of education opportunities. We have lack of education opportunities in Afghanistan. As an example, we our schools graduate about 200,000 students per year, but our university, public university, which have support from government and have financially support to students as well, so they can accept only 50,000 students. The rest 150,000 students are have a lot of problem, as I mentioned before, financially problems and others. And the other thing is, which really important and really destructive, that is poverty in Afghanistan, which these students which are cannot be accepted to the higher education in public universities. So they are most of them are poor and they cannot join private universities or higher education institutes. And so because of this kind of situation, and as I mentioned before, they which they have responsibility of their and join radicalized group for 200 or 300 or $500 to have something for their families. So these things, war and not access to quality education is really difficult and destructive for Afghan youth. And for that 24% which are educated, they are also not that much qualified. Why? Because Afghanistan's education system is still in uh, 1990s system or even before of that. They are here in universities, we still have education and comprehension step. Why I will elaborate that. Uh, as a Bloom taxonomy, we have education, comprehension, application, analysis, and go forward to others. But unfortunately, in Afghanistan, even till master, we have just education and comprehension system, even till master, especially in those uh, faculty which we need to have some activities by student and practice level, but there is nothing. I'm graduated from journalism, but till end in 4 year we had no chance to go even to radio television studio. So this is what we are facing here. And also the other thing which is really important for youths, that is youth promoting projects. We have some projects, but they are not that much qualified. They are also in very basic level. Why? First, some of projects which we are bringing from Europe's or Western communities, they are not suitable for Afghanistan because we are a religious country, and it will be not that much good and that much applicable in Afghanistan. So there, what our project managers do, that is they are removing something which is not suitable for our culture, but they have no alternative for it. And that steps are really important for youth promotion. So with this kind of situation, it is really difficult to promote our youths. Even with this basic level, we have about 20 to 22 million youths in Afghanistan, but these projects can only collect about 2,000 youngs, about 2,000, even less them, but let's pretend 2,000. And these 2,000 are come or just 1% of youth of Afghanistan, which this 1% will not be uh, complete that much qualified to promote or to have influence on other youths and promote their activities. But at all, as Afghanistan promotion from last 20 years, and with positive mind, we are hoping to be good in next few years, inshallah. And for that, I request you all, which I know all you are so much influence in this kind of organization and this kind of activities. I request you all and uh, want you all to give Afghan youth opportunities in your programs to be promoted, to have lifetime experience. And once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my opinions here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jabiullah from Pakistan, for your nice delivery speech. Now I would like to request to deliver her speech from Philippines, Milinai Joy Fidanil, Executive Director YACAP PS, Miss Milani Joy Fidanil from Philippines.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, okay.
Good evening. I am Melanie Joy Feranil from the Philippines, a youth myself, an activist, feminist, and advocate of human rights, gender equality, and social change. Let me kick off with the realities often faced by developing countries precisely situated in the Philippines. Colonialism, alongside imperialism and capitalism, is a sham. It is a glass full of opportunism that goes the rounds of a system of unbridled greed. These are absurd notions sustained for ethnocentrism, egocentrism, fascism, and tyranny of the 1% ruling class. Colonialism is an abyss of oppression. It cloaks as an innovation but immensely devastate and destruct people, nations, and every entity it could. It utters its greatness through several built infrastructures, but underneath lies thousands of bloodshed, corruption, and politicization. It engraves white supremacy, racism, xenophobia, classism, and elitism throughout centuries. By the same token, the neoliberal economic policy imposed throughout the American century for it to enjoy a ceaseless empire had paradoxically led to a crisis of overproduction. Thus, its monopoly bourgeoisie has proceeded to make the people and nations it maneuvers on its system of unbridled greed. Imperialism and crony capitalism had intruded the spheres of underdeveloped countries like the Philippines, first as it sought for cheap labor in the embellishment of its economy, second as it creates a puppet government, and lastly as to how the burden of this US crisis shifted to us in its other reactionary client states was exacerbating the imperialist contradiction through oppression of both our people and the hulging of our nation resources and ancestral domains. The US basically had cloaked itself with opportunism as to how it vexed the underdevelopment of such countries vis-a-vis with their hopes to its false promises of development. Basically, whoever will sit in the White House, US imperialism will just foster on its too many kinds of faces, especially now amidst the spark rise of China. It will just offer the working class in the globe a lose lose scenario as it preempts the re rising of its empire. The dictatorship of capital, alongside white supremacy, racism, fascism, and state terrorism, will always be existent behind US ruling power. It is an actual frustration how all of these are a ceaseless issue amongst other developing countries within Asia, especially, of course, in our country, the Philippines. However, the catacomb of hope is resurrecting as today's generation, the youth, partakes their roles on the popular government. The youth are asserting their democratic rights agitated towards clasping social change, recognizing the above said systems of oppression, colonialism, imperialism, monopoly, and bureaucratic capitalism, and feudalism, although some are shallowed, indubitably youth perceive the gist of what is happening and are seething with anger towards the worsening societal conditions. Today, amidst the crisis of pandemic, youth activism is blooming and glistening, particularly on the hegemony of social media. Since the youth per se are more exposed to the online platforms, they are the receiving ends of this power shift and they maximize it to chip in and encapsulate social change. A lot are involved in organizations, movements, campaigns like social media rallies, online petitions, online blogs, and so forth, which give them the opportunity to be heard by the ultimately colonized context. And of course, in the physical realm, we have youth as organizers of protests, youth as standing up on their grounds amidst red tagging and state terrorism, youth spearheading the humanization of the people amongst marginalized sectors, and of course, the minorities like the indigenous peoples, youth partaking their right to suffrage, youth questioning the norms and systems of beliefs like patriarchy, misogyny, militaristic discipline imposed to a family conditions and such, which of course oppress genders, ethnicity, race, color, and class. For instance, to prove my point that youth activism is really blooming and glistening, in Peru, after a raucous 2 weeks of power plays at the highest levels of government that saw three different men pass through Peru's presidency, thousands of youth Peruvians, have reinvigorated protest and politics with the hashtag they messed with the wrong generation. Basically, they're warning officials in a system plagued by corruption that business as usual will no longer be tolerated. Second, in Thailand, I have read in the news that a student led pro democracy movement is the first time in modern Thai history that the Thai monarchy had been talked about publicly in a critical way, since doing so is a jailable offense. The protests, led by the Free People movement, are demanding changes in a country with a long history of suppressing dissent, under the overarching goal to have a democratic form of government with a monarch under the constitution. The movement is demanding three key changes to the current Thai government. First, dissolve the parliament. Second, rewrite the military backed constitution. And lastly, stop intimidating and arbitrarily arresting critics. In conclusion, all in all, in today's context, the role of the youth shall be realized and not be antagonized or perceived as intimidating. It is actually heroic that young people are not excluded to the affairs and conditions of today's reality. I have read as well that the wave of youth activism now seems to have a silver lining in the selfless heroism of young bloods. The older generation should not disallow this only because their world was tougher back then. Hence, we come to this boiling end that the future, most particularly in Asia, where we are subjected to the reactionary client state of imperial countries, will be blooming and rising. We will go through revolts and reforms, and democracy alongside peace will be upheld and will be thriving. The future of the youth, thus, is a sustainable, developed world as it recognizes the real needs of both domestic and global societies. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Uh, Thank you. Thank you so much, Malani, for your nice space. Now, I would like to request our friend Hitesh again Karun Iswaran from Sri Lanka. He is also co-founder and CEO Verify Network Private Limited. Here is again, please. I would like to request delivery space from Sri Lanka.
Hi. Hi, Team Cojep. So, this is Hirishigan from Sri Lanka, and thank you for that nice introduction. So, first, I would really like to extend my regards to the organizing team for organizing a very insightful webinar which will inspire the youth of this globe. So moving on, first let me welcome you all in the way how we welcome in Sri Lanka. Ayubowan Vanakam. So I was just listening to the webinar and it was truly inspirational and it was really value adding to most of us. So here, then rather than me commenting about the best practices, here I would like to share some of my experiences. And as a part of the local startup community, I would like to share some of the insight about the startup ecosystem in Sri Lanka. So to give a quick intro about myself, I'm a recent graduate, and I am a mushroom social entrepreneur who have just started the career in the path of entrepreneurship. So to speak about myself, first I actually joined hand with a few like-minded people from the northern region of Sri Lanka, and we came up with a food delivery system which is so similar to Uber Eats, Swiggy, like most of these food delivery startups. We came up with a startup called Cook with Eats. So our motive there was basically to provide platform for those unemployed or single parents or the people who were affected by the 30 years of prevailed civil war or the confliction in the country. So we came up with that kind of a model, whereas we were focusing more on the home-based food vendors, and we basically made an impact on their day-to-day life in order for them to earn for their livings. So that's how the entrepreneurship actually, which started and impacted in my life. And then moving on to speak about the local contribution towards social entrepreneurship and towards entrepreneurship, I would say the country is like Sri Lanka as a country is giving a very good support once from the government as well as from the local communities. People are actually trying their level best to support and to get up small startups to a good places, maybe through mentorship or through finding the networks for investment. There is a very good community over the country which is actually helping each other. And to speak about the youth's involvement in the country, than comparing to the old ages, that means before 5 to 6 years back, the country was more running towards the designations such as doctor, engineer, accountant. But these days, the seed of entrepreneurship have actually grown or maybe would have actually inspired most of these youngsters, and most of the school students to university students, they are started to do something new, or they have started to apply what they have learned throughout their academic career in a real world problem. So it's like compared to the youths, even the people who are there in the early of 30s, to having a very good involvement in this startup ecosystem where they really wanted to bring out some world-renowned brands to cater the local as well as the international community. And to speak about the recent COVID outbreak and recent pandemic issues, as a startup, we were actually like went inside a very terrible situation. But even though, in order to uplift the community or as to uplift the nation, we basically made our platform as an open source or made our platform a free of charge platform in order for anybody in the country to use and to make use out of the delivery through this situation. So that's how we actually went or rolled through the first startup which I involved, Cuckoo Eats. And as a result, last year we actually got recognized by the local government, by the Sri Lankan government, with its prestigious youth award for business and e-commerce category. So this again shows the involvement of the country as a country. Country is actually giving a very good recognition, and they are appreciating the effort of youngsters as well as the people who are trying to make impact on the citizens of Sri Lanka. Then to speak about my current venture. So as soon as I graduated, with this pandemic and all, I was not like was waiting towards an opportunity. Rather than that, I basically wanted to create something which will impact the globe or the world as good world. So basically, I came up with a tech-based idea along with my co-founder, which actually can be stated as Sri Lanka's first ever trusted portal to verify digital certificates. So it's basically a blockchain-based digital certificate platform, which we came up with purely to reduce the carbon footprint, where in the physical certificate issue or publication, the paper consumption or printing consumption is really high. So we just came up with that small idea of how we can digitalize this energy consuming process into a very eco-friendly one. So there is a way, that's how the Verify came into the play. And currently I'm working around with this product with my team members in order to move forward to provide trusted, secure, transparent digital certificates. And also, in overall motive, we really wanted to reduce the carbon footprint and wanted to save this world for the next generation. So that is about the journey of mine, as well as the contribution of the like-minded people in the country, and about the support given by the government for youths, for the youth especially. And to conclude, I would like to share 5 clever hacks for becoming a social entrepreneur with all this audience, where I would say, if you are really passionate about becoming an entrepreneur, or if you're really passionate about making a social impact, I would say find a social problem and find opportunities into it. So that will be the first thing what you will have to mainly focus on. Then show some real numbers. So even though you have a proven idea, always try to prove it with the numbers, because end of the day, the numbers or the statistics which will matter and which will uh, give an impact, the effort that you all have put on. Then go for strategic partnerships, because end of the day, as most of these are happening as for not for profit or in a not for profit motive, always it's better to have strategic partners around us. So this will again reduce the financial burden on the idea or the business but we are trying to bring down. Then, without just going or doing it as a minimum viable product or proof of concept, run it as a real business and see how it works. And at last, I would like to say, stay committed to whatever the idea what you really feel like will happen, because end of the day, your commitment will give the results and will make you feel proud. So with that, I would like to again thank the Cojep International Committee for providing me this opportunity to represent Sri Lanka, and all other speakers on sharing the knowledge with the great audience. So thank you, team. Thank you for the invitation, and all the very best.
Thank you, our great friend from Sri Lanka, Girish again, and thank you so much for your valuable space. And now we know about your Verify network. It's really important for us, for our youth. So every youth to know the how what's happened, security issues, certificate issues, and lots of issues. Thank you, my friend. Now I would like to I would like to request to my friend and our friend from Indonesia, Faldin Bin. He is a lecturer, Dian Nuswanto University, and now it's your time, Faldin Bin. Faldin.
Thank you for the chance, Mr. Humayun Kabir Polash, my friends, my brother. Thank you for the chance. My voice is correct.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
First of all, I will talking about condition of young people, especially the student of nation, student of Semarang City, and then etc. On the process, young people who are 30 years old can still education and skills, and then build networks, and then prepare a path of self-actualization. Meanwhile, at the age of 40, adults can live independently, work will enriching their experience, and then take their career as big professional channel. I mean, according to the law in Indonesia, that young people, that human being age 17 to 13 years, Currently, there are uh, 37 millions who have this age. Remarkably, Indonesia will experience a demographic bonus until 30 years old. The demographic bonus means an increase in the number of productive workers in Indonesia. However, currently are still many problems affecting young people. For example, first, unemployment. The unemployment rate in Indonesia is still high. For example, in 2015, unemployment in Indonesia is 30%, or every 100 people there will be 13 young people who do not work. Young people also only earn an average of 2 million per person. A second, health problem. As many as 1 in 5 young Indonesian experience health problem. Most illness are caused by psychotropic drugs. I mean, such as cigarettes and drugs, infrequent exercise, and irregular lifestyle. Another thing that disturbs the future of Indonesian young people is illegal drugs, such as drugs which have climbed manufactured from the age range of 15 years, and even artists have been arrested by the police because this problem. Therefore, I propose several solutions. First, the government must be present and provide serious program for young people, such as free health service to providing example opportunity. Second, improving the quality of human resources. The resources should start from home, family, children to the community, especially parents who are obliged to provide moral education for young people. Third, regular and continued improvement of the education system. In Indonesia, the education system should prioritize behavior and character to the skill that young people must have. Education should not focus on certain subject that might the fourth. My solution is read more books. Read more books. Reading books regularly is highly recommended for the current millennial generation. Especially since young people in Indonesia have a very low reading interest. A very low reading interest. Based on research conducted by most literate nation in the world 2016, I mean, out of total of uh, of 61 countries in Indonesia, reading interest in Indonesia is ranked 60. This is, of course, a common concern, even though by reading books every day, the knowledge chain become wider and it will stimulate the ability to think creatively. If uh, if it is difficult to start the habit of reading books, we can choose a simple book first, such as novel or youth magazine, to get used to do it. Uh, and last is the Indonesian must use young Indonesian must using the internet social media wisely. Yeah, you know, the student now is very like to use TikTok, right? Facebook, Instagram, it cannot be denied that development of technology and the internet can have but positive and negative impact on young people. If we are not careful, if we are not careful in using it, we as young people can fall into negative things, such as visiting pornography sites, opening radicalism sites, or choosing wrong friends, and communicate on our communities on the internet. In addition, the millennial generation must also be wise in using school media. Yeah, do not let social media actually become, of blasphemy and bringing down one another or to spread hoax information. Therefore, we as the nation, future generation, must only take the positive impact. We can use the internet to search for creative ideas on a Google, try to write article on magazine, see creative tutorial in YouTube, make interesting photo to display on Instagram or Facebook, share useful info on Twitter, and much more. Basically, we will feel the positive impact of the technology advance when we also use it positive. That's I can speech. Thanks for this few minutes. This is what I can speak. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Thank you so much, Faldin. From you are from Afghanistan. Now, I would like to request our another friend from Malaysia, Dr. Jakaria bin Muhammad Jain. He is also assistant professor, Islamic International Islamic University, Malaysia, and he also professor. So now it's your time, Dr. Jakaria bin Muhammad Jain from Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I'm not a professor, I'm only assistant professor from International Islamic University Malaysia from College of Engineering. Thank you very much for Cojep International because invited me to this session. Although you have a very big schedule, but to attend this function. Now, with much honor, I would like to talk about the future of Asian youth, the actions of Asian civil society in specific topic focus on Asian youth access technology and the future of work. Based on the World Economic Forum, runs a survey of Association of Southeast Asian nation, Asian youths aged 15 to 35 years old. In 2019, the survey had in total had collected responses from 56,000 young Asian citizens from 6 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. The first point from the survey in 2019 shown that Asian youths understand the potential for technology to disrupt job markets and place a high value on skill development. ASEAN youths are highly aware of potential disruptions and challenges that the fourth industrial revolution may bring to their employment prospects. 9% of youths believe their current skills are already outdated. A further 52% believe they must upgrade their skill constantly. This suggests a healthy approach among ASEAN youths to having a growth mindset that was introduced by a professor from US. This concern about keeping skill constantly updated in the face of technological change are also reflected in attitudes to jobs. ASEAN youths say the number one reason they change jobs is to learn new skill. Furthermore, 5.7% responded report having lost a job either because their skills were no longer relevant or because technology displaced their job. The second point is ASEAN youth show a strong desire to become entrepreneurs or to work for foreign multinationals, but traditional small, medium-sized enterprises are less favored. While 18% of youths work for small, medium enterprises today, only 7% want to work for the small, medium enterprise in the future. The third point is ASEAN youths favor jobs in the technology sector and look less favorably on traditional sector. 7% work in technology sector today, but 16% want to work in the sector in the future. But it contrasts with the manufacturing today. 15% work, but after reduced to 12% want to work there in the future. For construction sector, 4% today, but reduced to 2% want to work there in the future. ASEAN youths, the last point is ASEAN youths value soft skills more highly than hard skill and believe they are more competent in soft skill. When asked which skill they believe will be most valuable in the future, ASEAN youth play higher value on soft skill such as emotional, intelligence, resilience, and adaptability than on hard skill generally regarded as STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths. The three skills considered most important are creativity and innovation, language skills, and the ability to use technology, example, social media and commerce. The fact that youths attach high value to language skill is consistent with the survey finding that 46% of young people in ASEAN are keen to work overseas in the next 3 years. Experience gained in another country is a notable strategy for upgrading skill in the fourth industrial revolution. Given the strong desire from ASEAN youths to work in the technology sector, the perceived weakness in STEM subject may be barrier to future job aspiration. Based on this research, however, not all roles at technology companies require technical skills. Business development, marketing, and other functions often call for soft rather than hard skill. More positively, given the high preference that Asian youths show the entrepreneurs, it seemingly like that many youth aspire to be small and micro trader using e-commerce platforms, online payment system, and social media to empower their business. Being an entrepreneur does not have to mean developing new apps or where STEM skill would be important. Instead, it can equally mean being a batik producer or painter from rural Malaysia, such as Kelantan and Terengganu State, and using this technology to sell regionally and even globally. Soft skill coupled with a working knowledge of today's digital platform could serve this aspiration well. Okay, that's all for my presentation. It's been an honor to be among such accomplished individuals and to be able to present my perspective before you all. Thank you for your patience. I wish you all a very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jakaria bin Mohammed Jain from Malaysia for your valuable speech. And you just inspire us, the Asian youth. We need to develop our ecosystem, entrepreneurship ecosystem. You just mentioned it. Need to develop entrepreneurship ecosystem. If you develop any country, there are countries we should focus on entrepreneurs. This one. Thank you. Now I would like to request our another friend from Pakistan. He is also young leader and most popular in Pakistan. Our great friend Mohammad Zubair Madani, Project Manager, Youth Hub, Pakistan. Zubair, now it's your time, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Himayo. Am I audible and visible to you?
Yes, you're okay.
First of all, I want to extend my thanks to the Cojep International, Mr. Tashrif, Project Coordinator, and the President of Cojep International for giving me such honor. And I feel very delighted to be here with all of you, most prestigious officer from around Asia. Before me, I think every speaker in this forum has stated their own point of view and their perspective about the future of the Asian youth. So I want to discuss about the ongoing situation of the global pandemic, that how this global pandemic is important for the youth. If we are talking about the future of the youth, if we are talking about the future of the Asian youth, then we have to remark that we have to endorse that how this ongoing situation of the global pandemic is important and is have highly appreciation for global pandemic for our youth. So before I formally start my speech, I want to share a story of mine. When I was too young, I was in high school. Once my teacher gave me an opportunity. He gave me a chance and he gave me a task. That at that time I wasn't able to do this. I was too young, and this was a brilliant job. This was a good job, but I wasn't able to do this. So other teacher asked my teacher that he is not capable to do this job. He is too young. He is not as much qualified. He has not as much experience to do this job. Why you have give him this job and this task to deliver? Then the teacher might said that if we can't give them at that time when they are not capable to do this, when they are not as much experience to do this, so how we can imagine and how we can expect that they will do this job in the future effectively and with the more efficiently and with the more enthusiasm. So with this short story, what I want to state that this is a challenging time, this is a time of global pandemic, this is a time of crisis. If this time we will encourage our youth, we will encourage our youth to take a challenge, to come on the front line, to become volunteers, to give them food and essentials, to give innovate technologies, innovate tools, to consider the global pandemic. This is a time, if we will encourage our youth, then our youth, the future of the Asian youth is bright. So with that, I want to quote a speech, part of a speech of the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon said in 2015 that the youth is the front line in the war, in the crisis, but youth are in the back and rarely can seen in the room where the policies, where the peace progress has been discussed. So if we want that our youth has to be engaged on the front line, then we should engage our youth on the back rooms where the policies, where the all the things has been discussed and all the things has been made. So with this, I want to quote another quotation of Dr. Roosevelt, a very famous person, who said that we cannot build the future for the youth, but we can build the youth for the future. So this is a time that we can build the future, the youth for the future, because the future is as we can see that people are saying that new normal is coming. That could be abnormal for many of us. So if we want our youth to survive in the new normal that has been coming, so we should encourage our youth. So we said that in the context of the future of the Asian youth, I want to quote another part of his speech of Mr. Dr. Kishore, Professor Kishore Mohibani, who is the Dean of the Public Policy School and the University of Singapore, who said that very wise quotation it is, who said that Europe represent the past, America represent the present, but the Asia represent the future. So this is the future. This is the future of Asian youth. That we represent the future. We can see the transformation of the power, transformation of the economy from the southwest to the southeast of the Asia. So this is a time. This is I think in the global pandemic, this is an opportunity for our youth to do their job, to increase their skill set, and to prove their self. And with that, I am very grateful again to all of you for giving me this opportunity. That was all from mine. Thank you, Mr. Mayo.
Thank you. Thank you, our friend Mr. Madani from Pakistan, for your space. Now it's the time to, we are going to the last time. Now, I would like to request our last speaker from Bangladesh, Mr. M. A. Asif Khan, LGG Consultant, Economic Relation Division, Ministry of Finance. Mr. Asif.
Thank you, Palash. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I am very much privileged and feeling honored to join this event. And at first, I would like to give thanks to Tashife Choudhury, Coordinator of Asia, for arranging this wonderful conference. I am Asif Khan, and I am working as a consultant in Bangladesh. And right now, I would like to say something about my strategy and status towards youth development and youth empowerment. The youths are a strategic segment of the country's population, and organized youths can bring about critical changes to society and economy. Historically, youths in Bangladesh have acted as a great catalyst affecting political change and outcomes. Issues confronting the youths, their welfare, and the need to provide them with guidance have therefore been among the priority areas of concern for the government. The youth dependency ratio in the country is currently estimated to be 44.9%. Being the most energetic, creative, dynamic, and innovative segment of the labor force, promotion of youth empowerment is critically important for developing countries in Asia. Sustained economic progress can be achieved by utilizing the potentials of youth force by imparting training on vocational and technological skills to them. Youths who are unemployed are trainable for gainful employment come under the purview of youth development. The total number of youths in the country is now estimated to be over 50 million. The unemployed youths are handicapped with poverty, lack of skills, and training. As a result, most of them remain outside the mainstream of development paradigm. Concerned about the problem of youth empowerment, youth unemployment, the government of Bangladesh has been implementing a number of skill training and credit programs to make the youths for self-employment. Programs for youth development implemented by NGOs and civil societies are open for all time. In Bangladesh, the NGOs are ensuring proactive involvement of the youth in the development process by implementing a number of programs for organizing the youths, motivating them, improving their education and skills, providing microcredit and other facilities to solve unemployment. But I think this is not enough. And I think more initiative and measurement should be taken to develop youth education and skills at the end of NGOs and government. Now, finally, I would like to propose all the participants here to raise their voice for making a global virtual hub for youths, for international trading of IT soft skills, and for developing youth skills outsourcing globally. And I think this is the chance. This is the chance for if we make the youth skill, especially the soft skill, as a primary tool for our export product. And this is the and I think this is the vital instrument for mobilizing the foreign exchange and thereby the economic development in Asian countries. So I won't take more time and going to end my speech. And I would like to thank everyone for their patience to hear my speech. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Asif Khan, thank you, Asif Khan, Ministry of Finance, Bangladesh, for your valuable space. We have no more of time. We're going to finish our webinar. And finally, just I would like to request to conclude the session, Mr. Tashrif H. Chaudhary, Coordinator Asia, Cojep International.
Thank you, Polash. Thank you, everyone. It was really fantastic discussion regarding our topics. Basically, we have discussed many things, and which started by our president, who said about establish justice and peace in the world. Then Professor Vizal Javeri from India also described the emphasis on soft skills trainings, technical skills and education for human development. Then Jabirullah Shiraz from Afghan also discussed about challenges of Afghan youths for wars and other unfavorable circumstances. Melania Joy Ferranil from Philippines discussed about nicely about colonialism, capitalism, racism challenges in Philippines and other developing countries. From Sri Lanka, Hirishagan is expresses we have learned from many things from him today regarding startups. He gave some tips also for social enterprises, for social entrepreneurship as well. Then we have received some good comments from Faldin Bean from Indonesia. He nicely described challenges and opportunity of Indonesian youth. He also gives some advices to overcome the challenges like drug addictions of Indonesian youth. And then we have received some good comments from Jakaria Muhammad Jain from Malaysia. He discussed about how Asian youth prepared themselves for fourth industrial revolutions and future technology-based world, which is really very much important. And from Pakistan, Jubair Madani described the preparation for Asian youth for new normal, that is post-COVID situation, which is actually is very important for all the youths in not only in Asia, actually is all over the world. So for we